so no front. Kandi and Garrett, yeah, we say what you want. Real life, real stories, yeah, we keep it real. If you're looking for the truth, this is how it feel. Conversations that matter, yeah, we bringing it out. From the highs to the lows, yeah, we talking it out. No fluff, no cap, yeah, we keeping it straight. If it's
Welcome back to Real Talk with Kandi Thompson.
And Garrett Gray.
So, July.
Yeah,
we were, how
passed
4th
the
of July
halfway
was
point. Would
good.
that be like hump day, but for the year?
Oh,
like
yeah,
hump
it
year,
would be. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, we've just gone over the
We
hump.
just went over the hump,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now it's all downhill
Yeah, that's
from
right.
here.
It's all downhill from here. It's funny because when we get into July, I always think like, you know, it is, in July to me, it almost feels like it's already fall.
Right.
Yeah, we still have like 2 months left. We just hit summer.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't summer June 21st?
Mm-hmm.
So like we're a couple weeks into summer and it feels like we're already going into fall.
Yeah, right. School's about to start. Sports are about to start happening. You're like, it's right around the corner, but you're like, oh man, I actually have like a month and a half left before school even gets back in.
That's right. Well, and I'm kind of curious, what's your guys' weather like out there right now? So California has had like, and I want you to all know, I'm not trying to jinx this, but like last year, the mildest summer. I mean, we usually in our area, so we're Northern California. We're like between Sacramento and South Lake Tahoe. We will see, it's on average 100, 102 in our area. There are always 1 week of the year that it's like 107 to 114, right? We're like, oh no, the heat wave comes in, everybody hunker down, bring your pets inside.
Right.
But last year,
especially in July.
Yeah.
But we're kind of getting in there, but still,
right. But we have not but still it's usually over 100 by now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like 87 today. It was 84 yesterday.
Love it.
Last year, it was like 90 the whole summer. We were waiting for the shoe to drop, right? Like something's got to happen because this is going to get hot. It was the most beautiful summer ever. And I feel like this one has started the same way. Like we've not had that major hot spree yet.
No,
right?
I don't think we have either. I mean, even when I went up to Tahoe last year, it was got a little warm one day to where they don't have in that condo that we were staying in, they didn't have like AC units, and I would see why they wouldn't. It's like, you know, a ton of room.
Yeah.
So they just like, hey, bring fans, open doors, just Tahoe, right? No. It was so hot at night. Even when you had the windows open, doors open, like we were sleeping in the middle of the night. All of our doors were open and windows were open. And we're like, yeah, bears, yeah, whatever. We'll just let them walk on in. But it was just so hot.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's interesting because it has not like every morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I have my alarm set up it used to be, we had 3 alarms before it was time to get up. But Adam and I get up at 6:30 every morning to do our Bible study. So instead of it just going off at 6:30 and being like, oh, I can't wake up. I used to have, so I do it off of the Amazon Alexa. Mm-hmm. So at 6 o'clock, it
like,
goes off.
Alexa, hey, it's almost 15 minutes before you have to wake up.
Yeah. No, it just goes off. It's just an alarm. It just goes off. And I say, be quiet. And then in 15 minutes, it goes off again. So you're like, okay, I had now we've since done it to where it just goes off at 6:15 and then it goes off at 6:30 because, you know, we're more acclimated to it. So, but it's funny. I don't know how. Adam must have it set up some way. But when it goes off at 6:30, it says, good morning. It's July 8th, 2026. And the weather today is going to be, so like literally when I wake up in the morning, I know like, oh my gosh. So it said it's going to be 87 degrees.
Mine's more of like, I wake up and I'm like, hey Siri, what's the weather like today? What am I wearing? Or I open the windows, you know, and try to just check outside. But
check that out because I love that. I love that in the morning when the alarm goes off, and it's funny. That's how I know it's that alarm. Mm-hmm. The 6:15, when I shut it off, I'll just go back to sleep. But like, I know that I'm not dreaming that it's the first alarm. When it tells me the date and everything, I'm like, okay, this is the final. This is where I actually have to get up. So the weather has been really super nice though, and 4th of July was beautiful, but like 80 something degrees.
Great.
I know.
It was freaking great.
I know. So awesome. So happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day to everyone.
Now, what is it that you look forward to next? Like, what are you the person that like get rid of the decorations and you start putting up?
Okay, so
just straight fall.
I keep 4th of July decorations all July. So we celebrate the Independence Day the entire month of July. Yes, because there's only just because it's on the 4th doesn't mean we miss out. Like
Right.
I don't start decorating for the 4th of July until like the week before July is going to start. So like we don't have 4th of July all June, right?
Okay.
So we do like the last week of June going into July, but then we leave it up all July because we are celebrating our independence. Thank you for you. All July. So then August, it comes down, and then September. Now, this is where I have to bargain with Adam a little bit because I'm ready to decorate for fall in September, but it's still hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's fall.
Our
Like
Septembers
it feels
are pretty
like
warm.
Yeah. And so
you get like mid or end. I mean, we've
Yeah,
had some good mid ones where it's like it almost snaps immediately, but then like usually like the end of September, October.
Well, and I'm the girl that, for those of you who do this, you'll understand, but like my table is always set, right? So I've always got like the placemats and
Table
the
in your
chargers
house.
and
Yes, I'm tracking you now.
Oh yeah,
For a second,
like my kitchen table.
I thought you were like metaphorically. I'm talking
Yeah,
about my table is
that's
always
hilarious.
set. You know? And I'm like,
don't let the enemy have a seat at your table. I know, Garrett, I'm with you. No, this is not the metaphoric table.
Okay,
this is your kitchen table. And I always have like the decor on the inside, you know, like there's always like some kind of centerpiece for whatever the holiday is. And then the placemats and the chargers and the napkins and the napkin holders and like the whole thing. And so I love that. And so I changed that multiple times, but so that's set for 4th of July, and then it'll change again for August, even though I may not put fall out. But like for fall decor, I mean, God bless Adam, I probably have, I don't know, 8 huge tubs of fall decor that comes out. And it's like the whole house does a whole transformation. And then the day,
I just see it like a Disney cartoon, like you're just spinning and it's like,
I know we should do like a little like reel of it. Like here's before and here's after.
Do it. Show you doing it, but like in like 5 times speed.
Yeah.
And then just.
Oh gosh, it's hilarious. Yeah. Out, in.
Yeah.
And then you know what would be funny is so the day after Thanksgiving. So my fall decor used to be just fall through like, you know, September, October, November. But now it's like September, October. Then we kind of have Thanksgiving decor now too. Yeah. So we have to change that.
The only reason I brought that up was because I saw a post and it was someone's like, "Oh, good, 4th of July is done," and they showed like a picture of Santa, and I'm like, "No. You can't skip fall, even if you're not gonna go through like Thanksgiving or like Halloween, which I mean everybody's a Halloween. At least that fall motif, you know, that autumn feel.
I love fall. So I have an addiction to pumpkins. Love pumpkins. Love them. I love the real pumpkins.
Just looking at them or the physical like presence of them.
I just love pumpkins. I love the smell of them. I love the taste of them. I love the pumpkin itself. I don't like pumpkin spice. I just like pumpkin because you know I'm bland. I like bland food. Right. So I just like pumpkin. But I think they're the cutest things in the whole world. And then they have like the Cinderella pumpkins, and they have the ones that have all the warts on them that you know nobody likes, but I love those. And so like I love all of them. And so I love fall. I love the whole fall decor. And then oh my gosh, the day after Thanksgiving, that's when we need to do the taking down and putting back up, because it's literally like 8 tubs come out, everything comes off
for Christmas,
and then the 15 tubs of Christmas come out, and I mean it is like literally
fall's
you flip your
favorite,
whole house.
But you have more tubs for Christmas.
Well, Christmas is there's a lot more stuff for.
Yeah,
there's a lot more stuff for Christmas.
No, I get it.
We have 2 Christmas trees.
You probably have the nativity scene too, right?
I have multiple. I just have like I have
mega nativity scene.
Nobody's home. So I have like I have the gnome place like home, gnome decor, right? So I have like in no man's land. I love, but I don't like all gnomes. I like the gnomes that they don't look funky. They don't look like the gnome like in your yard. They're just so cute, and they're little pudgy gnomes. And so I do have, and they do gnomes for everything now, but I haven't bought fall gnomes. Okay, I have wooden fall gnomes, but they have the Easter ones. They have 4th of July ones. I haven't done that yet, but I do like Christmas, and so there's just a lot of fun. I also have like different themes in different rooms. So like this one, you know, the living room, and then the library, and then like the dining. Like everything has like a different theme of Christmas. Yeah. So no, it's super super fun. But it seems like it's not like a ways away, but it's not. I mean, in 2 months we'll be.
I mean, it's
doing
already
that.
the 7th month, and I feel like this year, again, the weeks have been going, I think, slow, but the months have been going fast for me for this year.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and
I don't know why people say that because time doesn't change. So
I know.
It's
No,
like,
no, it's you.
really-
It's
really,
the older
you
you
know,
get, the faster they go.
yeah, it could slow down.
Yes. Well, one
Actually,
thing
can
that,
rewind. That would be super cool.
one thing that I've been thinking about lately that I think is super fun, and you and I have like really like jumped into this, and now with opening our studio, this will be a lot of fun. But like, I feel like you and I were talking about recently, like virtual media versus like physical, or like real books versus the ebooks, or like real driving physical cars versus the cars that are driving for you. Like, this is a thing that's happening
it's
right
changing
now.
everything right now. And I think it's going, like you said, it's not just media, it's material, it's actual like
It's
car, it's things
money,
that are happening, not money. I
everything.
mean, it's everything nowadays to where everything's going virtual. So it brings you to this sense of like, what do you really own?
No, literally.
Right.
And when my mom, so I want to say probably like 15 years ago, they said everything's going to be on your cell phone. Like,
it has,
everything.
Well, yeah.
You're going to pay with your cell phone. Everything's going to be on your cell phone.
The question was like, wait until we get to wear those. Right?
Yeah.
Wait until it's on your wrist.
Yeah,
and
then
the watches came out, right?
And now they're in your glasses.
And now they're in your glasses.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's crazy. Well, my mom, I feel like we have to look out for our moms, right?
Yes.
Our moms and our dads. We got to make sure that they're staying up. And I rely on my kids to do the same thing. I'm like, keep me cool and keep me technologically advanced, right?
Yeah.
Thankfully, I already am. Like, my brain already.
But be willing to learn.
Yeah, you have to be willing to learn.
Right.
Yes. So like for my mom, I said early on, like, Mom, we have to get you a smartphone because you can be one of those that's like, nope, I don't believe in them. Well, it's not a theory. They're not, you don't get to believe in it or not believe in it. It's here and you're either going to participate or not. So I didn't want my mom to be left behind. I thought if everything goes cell phone and she doesn't have a cell phone, so she doesn't know how to work it, then she's going to be screwed. So we got her set up on a smartphone like 15 years ago. My mom is such a rock star with her phone. I mean, she does so much. And so thankfully she's got it all down. She knows how to, she knows how to do everything. And so she's good. But there are people that are like, you and I in real estate, like, they will not sign on anything other than in hard copy.
Yeah.
They will not text you. They will not, and you're like, it's, the whole world is, you're not going to be able to fight it pretty soon.
No, there's no way. There's probably 0% chance that that's going to be having to happen. Because, I mean, everything nowadays, they're trying to make it, and I think that's what they did too.
Let me check and make sure this didn't go off. My phone just rang, and I want to make sure we don't keep recording. Okay, we're good.
Okay. So 5, 2. So my biggest thing is, with the virtual media coming out, they're giving the point to where more of that Mandela effect is happening, because they're starting to be able to manipulate and change stuff too, without people realizing that. Well, you can't change the hard copy. So I think it's a good thing because they're trying to make it easier to change and interact and exchange things, buy, sell, move, transfer. All that's trying to be a lot simpler, which I think is just helping the bigger guys out, right?
For sure.
But then now it's also to the point in the negative way where it's not real. They could change it whenever. There's no like, oh, we put it out here. It's trademarked. You can't change it. You can't make any changes to it. This is how it happens. Now they're putting it out there and being like, oh, a couple years later, they're like, man, there's a sentence in a book that we need to update. It might sound better now that it's been, 20 years.
And it is hard because you don't know, like, it is what it is. And I guess it depends on like what you're reading, right? If you're reading like factual, right? You're reading nonfiction.
News. Or books.
Yeah, you're reading nonfiction, then it matters, right?
Well, history
because then
books,
it's facts,
right?
History books,
stuff that is getting taught in schools.
Well,
that's
that
supposed
they don't
to be like ingrained in like what actually happened.
So I don't know if anybody else knows this, but do you know that in schools, and this is getting worse by the day, but there was BC, before Christ, and AD, after death.
Yep.
All time was made off of when Jesus died. BC, before Christ, AD, after death, right? Do you know that they don't use those terms in school? BC is before Common Era. That's before Common Era. And AD is something crazy. You'll have to look it up on your phone. AD is something that's not after death. They've changed history in the schools to accommodate their own agenda. I'm like, it didn't change. That's the thing, isn't that crazy?
That kind of thing they changed there, which I'm not going to say it's not a huge thing, right? But it's something that was easily distorted because it's not like they changed wordings or names. It was just, they just changed the meaning of two letters.
Right. But a pretty huge meaning.
Oh, agreed. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, not from the meaning of what it is, but just how easy it was to change those. But now they're changing full on like dates.
Isn't that crazy?
And like what actually in events. You know what I'm saying? So back when we were in school, it's like we had the same history book. You could tell it was the same history book because we've had that history book since my parents were in high school. So it's like you could go through and literally read people that wrote it and, oh, this was da-da-da book. So you know you're getting taught the same exact stuff. Now it's all in a Chromebook.
Right.
How easily is that information manipulated
it's so
at
true.
any point?
Yeah. No, it's so true. And you know, like, things that are also changing. And so this is like, you know, this is how it's easy because, like, you know, they get new curriculum, right?
Yeah.
Schools get new curriculum and now everything's electronic. And so that's updated. That updates based off of what the agenda is, right? But one thing that is so crazy to me is like, so our country was built on Christian beliefs. I mean, it's the forefathers were like massive Christians, like expressly Christian. I mean, the book that was referenced more than any other book by our forefathers was the Bible.
Right.
And that's and that just is what it is. We can't change that. You don't have to like it. You don't have to believe in it. That's what it was. So like everything, I mean, in God we trust is on our money. The Pledge of Allegiance, right? I mean, like there's like everything that we have has that faith foundation to it because that's what our country was built on. So now they're trying to say that our like those that are not wanting the religious belief are trying to say that they were agnostic, that the four founders didn't. I'm not kidding. I just learned this the other day. Like, this is what's coming out. So that they're trying to take all of that out of everything because that's not actually truth. They weren't Christian. And I'm like, why does that matter? It doesn't even matter like what your beliefs
because if they can disprove that, they can disprove everything. Because once you disprove that they weren't God-fearing and all that,
how are you gonna prove that?
Right? No, you can't.
I know.
Everybody. Well, I looked it up. I'm actually a really big history buff, and I've been reading books and walking the areas, and I know. Actually, you know, that's part of my family's lineage. Like, I don't know, right? Like, but if they can disprove that, if they can try to disprove that has been based on a whole American dream, right? That means they're trying to crumble everything. But instead of just trying to just figure it out and work and make something great, they want to be that person to be like, nah, we're based on a bunch of pile and bones. Everything is.
It is. And you know what's crazy is this is kind of what we talked about in our 4th of July episode.
Yeah.
Was where we talked about like how
your belief and everybody else's.
You're changing. Like, if we don't believe what you believe, then we don't like you. You know, it's okay. It's okay for the forefathers to have been Christians. That's okay. That was, they like built the country on it. It's like, and it's okay for you to not believe that. Like hey, that's your freedom.
But there's no sense into going in and trying to change things. I mean, now we're updating and making it correct. That's one thing. But trying to change things for the better interest of a certain entity, group, or individual, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
There's an
but now there's
agenda.
so
That's
much that
the
you
problem.
don't know what's true and what's not
I
anymore
know.
because you got fake news coming out, right? That's getting just absolutely pushed at you. You have social media that has no filter, no factual check, no nothing. They're just going to say whatever they want and whatever trend is happening right now. And
or depending on the narrative of what they're trying to of whoever
whoever's
the
creating
powers
it.
that be
Right.
are.
Oh, there's that too.
They are going to filter what is being said to make it go in the cancel culture, right?
Yeah.
They're going to cancel what you're saying if they don't like where it's going. So there's that too. And now this is something that was so crazy. So we recently, when we were in Texas for Emily's graduation, with her master's degree, we rented a Tesla. And it was the one. Now, I've never been in a Waymo. Have you ever been in one of those where they drive themselves? A Waymo?
Oh, the one. Yeah.
So the vehicles, they're super popular in San Francisco.
Seen them. Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. And I've heard they're coming to Northern California, but I haven't seen that yet. That's going to be interesting. But so the Waymos drive themselves, right? But Teslas now drive themselves.
Right.
So we rented a Tesla, and Adam loves to play with all the bells and whistles. So he
is
a geeky. He is total like love techie guy.
Yeah.
He wanted to play with that. We're driving along. He puts it in self-driving mode, which I mean, it's a little weird, right?
It's
like
weird.
We were talking about that. Like we're not the
weird.
Jetsons yet, but it's
but
still
we're
weird.
Pretty
right?
close, man. Yeah.
So we're driving, and there's a stoplight, and it speeds up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Adam. So he stops, right? Then the next one, he has it in self-driving mode again. We're stopped at a stoplight, and it turned. No. We are. Let's see. Yes, we're at a stoplight. It's red and it's trying to go. And we're like, oh, okay, maybe you should control this. Maybe you should not let the car control it.
Maybe is it reading like the timing to where it's about to change? You're going to be preemptive?
I don't know what it's reading, but I'm nervous. It was going when we should stop and stopping when we should go. I'm like, maybe we should not let this drive.
My car self-drives, but it's only on freeways, and it's just more of like in the lane. You still got to be able to brake. It still brakes. It does all this thing. Lane changes when you want to.
It just doesn't turn.
It just doesn't turn. That's what it is. Yeah,
because yours is a cruise control.
Yeah, it's like a cruise
control
blue.
In front of
it'll go the car in the lines, right?
Yep.
So I can literally go down I-5 or whatever, set my cruise control, my Blues Cruise is what it's called, and I can sit there and have my hands off the wheel. As long as I'm looking forward, it'll drive the whole time. If I want to turn, I just hit the blinker. It checks the blind spot. It takes the turn when it's safe.
Oh my gosh.
It's all fun and whatever,
That's
but it
crazy.
doesn't I can't on a Tesla where I go, take me home, and it's just gonna go do what it needs to do. No.
Well, so when
I have
we
a little
talk
bit of
about
control
electronics, this is kind of creepy to me, because if anything can be hacked, which we know it can be, right? Anything can be hacked. How can they not hack your vehicles?
Oh, they definitely can.
We watched it. We watched these movies.
They're already in your vehicles. So there's a whole spoof about this, and I correct if I'm wrong, but the new vehicles that you're buying now have a kill switch in all the vehicles.
No.
To where if you're don't do your payments or don't do this, but they have it for other reasons. They're saying they have it in your cars for other reasons. But okay, let's just think about this for real, right? They already are using certain programs to catch people speeding on the highway, and have already wrote, and I watched something on the news just recently, a sheriff in LA County was just talking about how they have new devices, and they were showing us how they use them to catch people speeding, and they've already wrote 1,600 more tickets than they would originally have in this year just because of this device.
Oh my gosh.
On speeding. And they're going to be able to find you
and
driving,
it's in your car.
and it's pretty much already in your car.
Oh
they have this thing in their car where they can visualize and know who's speeding, and it's not like any speed traps anymore or radar guns. Like they could be driving right along with you. They see you taking off, they can get your score, boom, you're caught.
That's great. Okay, so I just recently saw this, and I can't remember what movie it reminded me of, but you and I are going to talk
Which one?
In a
You got
second.
Terminator, you got The Matrix, you got...
It's not, it's a Tom Cruise movie, and it's
Mission Impossible.
Is Mission Impossible the one where he's blinded, and he's blind, and he's like starting to be able to see? Do you remember that one? James,
he's starting to be able to see. Tom Cruise?
Yes. It's James, what movie is that?
Did he start blind?
Tom Cruise is...
Let's look this up.
It's like he's coming, his eyes, and it's like they're and so here's the premise. Like the movie is they're trying to find him. And what they're doing is they have like these little things, these little electronic things that like open up your eye and scan your eye. That's what they're doing. They're scanning your eye to see who you are. And they're looking for him. And he had to have his eyes changed so that they couldn't see. So that's why he was, what's it called? Minority Report. Yeah. So
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James. That one is so that was so creepy to me. When I watched that movie, these little things with electronic legs run into your house and they're like scanning your eyeballs. Dude. And I'm like, this is so creepy.
And it's probably super
What
software.
What year was that, James?
Like 2000s?
2002. So 24 years ago,
yeah,
I was creeped out. I mean, I was in my early 20s. That was scary to me. So
could you imagine how people are trying to play that off and like make that happen?
No, but let me tell you. So last week I'm watching something online and it's actually like, I like watching, like I have like the feed of like, the Sacramento sheriff and the Amador County sheriff and like these news medias, right? Or not, I don't even like news. I just like the law enforcement. And like they're, we have like the DA's office to where we can like see what's going on in our own communities, right? So this one was, I want to say it was in Elk Grove, and it talks about how this guy was inside of his house. He had brandished a weapon so they could see that he had a gun. There was potentially hostages in his house, and they were trying to get him to come out. But I mean, of course, they're not going to put the law enforcement in harm's way, right? And just send them in. So they're trying to negotiate with him. Well, they haven't heard from him for a long time. So they send a drone in.
Yep.
So they send a drone in. It looks around the whole house
and
for him.
And you're like, oh, we're here.
I'm like, oh my gosh. No, what they didn't know was he had just taken all of the drugs that he had. So all the prescription medication he had just taken it. They didn't know this even when the drone went in. So they find him in a corner of his garage. The drone finds him. They're getting it. He's got a knife in his hand. He's passed out on the ground. It shows it on the media, like it's because it's the video from the drone. So they have attached a magnet to the bottom of the drone. They go down, get the knife out of his hand. It's the first time in the nation's history that they've actually disarmed an assailant, if you will, right?
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then after they get that out, they have this electronic dog. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's those little things from Minority Report that is now in a large version. They have an electronic dog that they send in to sniff out and see what's going on. And then they have like this electronic guard that's like guarding the law enforcement agents as they're going in. I'm not kidding.
Where was this at? Are you sure you're not watching a movie?
I swear I looked up the whole thing. I want to say it happened in like Elk Grove. So I was like, holy crap, we're there. It just took me back to that movie. And I was like, we sent a drone in, we sent an electronic dog. It was so crazy. But that's now. That's happening right now. Isn't that so crazy? So ebooks, electronic money, right? They quit using change.
Crypto,
So like I'm having to figure out right now at they don't have pennies anymore. So I'm having to figure out at my salon how to rework everything to where when the change people get doesn't consist of pennies. Otherwise you're like, you okay if you don't get the pennies? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So think 99% of people pay with a card anyway.
Yeah.
Driving cars. The electronic, that was kind of crazy. Okay, and then this, you guys, this was so cool. So if you've not seen, isn't it called Mercy, the movie that we watched with Chris Pratt?
Yes, Chris Pratt.
So if you guys haven't seen Mercy, it is really good.
But it goes to the same thing. It goes to AI taking over jobs and then doing high official jobs.
Well, that's what it was.
Right.
Is that so this is what it reminded me of, though, because like from a young age, we were watching... Right? From a young age, we're watching movies and we're like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. And so today, like they're coming real.
Yeah.
So now we're watching this Mercy. We actually watched it on the airplane home from Nashville. It was so good. So it's AI that they have created to be basically the judge and the jury.
Right.
So when you are convicted of something, you get caught, they bring you in, you're literally sitting in an electric chair and you have like 2 hours to plead your case.
Right.
But here's the craziest thing. Everyone has to be open to having every single thing about them recorded, like everything. So when you're in that chair, you can say like, okay, look up so-and-so's phone, look up the calls for this, look up the social media, go into, it looks like there's a digital surveillance camera on that corner, get the feed on that. Like there's nothing that isn't available And that's kind of what I feel like you're talking about with the items in the cars. And we know, I mean, listen, we wear Apple Watches and carry cell phones everywhere we go. Everything we say is being heard, dude, right? So, and I always feel like that you're only in trouble with that if you plan on doing something wrong. Like we're not doing anything wrong. So that was so crazy though. So that movie Mercy is a really good movie, but it is kind of a little bit of a precursor on probably what's to come. Right?
I mean, these people think that this AI is the most smartest intelligence and it's going to be able to be the best. The whole point of the movie was it doesn't have human judgment.
That's right. That's right.
It doesn't have human like compassion, emotions, and like how it actually is. Logic.
It doesn't have logic. It can't. It doesn't have gut. He's like, well, I'm just going with my gut. What do you mean? Well, I mean, I'm just saying. So like it like glitched the program because it realized. The program was smart enough to realize like that we have something that it didn't, you know, that was really interesting. Yeah. But for those of you who are potentially, I mean, listen, I would say social media, cell phones. I mean, the people that created the algorithms don't even let their kids have it, you know, like it is kind of out of control. They don't know how to get it back in control. And so that is a little bit crazy. Get
outside and touch grass.
That's exactly right.
Yes, that's literally simple. So tune on Sundays so you can see us show you where to touch grass.
That's right. Getting to know Amador County. We are taking you into the county.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Yeah. That's the perfect way to do it. Yes. Put the phones down, put them in boxes, put them away, leave them in the car, let them overheat. Who cares?
Call it Sunday Unplugged. Sunday Unplugged. Don't do anything electronic. Just go be. Go be with nature, be with your family.
More than enough places to go do whatever you want to do, and it's free.
Yes.
So it costs nothing.
I would say though, if you're looking to try to unplug, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to manage. I mean, we walk in, our lights turn on from our phone. Adam controls the TV with our phone. We control, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, I'm still old style.
Are you?
Yeah, I still have to click the buttons, flip the switches, all that good stuff.
Nope, everything is smart in our house. Everything is smart and it's getting smart. Oh my gosh, I just got a new garage door opener and I can now open my garage door from anywhere I am. There's an app in my phone and I can open my garage door from anywhere I am.
That's a horrible thing, you know that, right?
The reason that they're doing that though is to save you from the porch pirates. So like when you have boxes that are delivered on your porch and then you've got the people that come and just steal from you, like they see that you have a delivery and maybe you're out of town and you have a couple.
To open the door so the Amazon guy can put it in the garage?
Exactly. Put it in the garage and then you close it.
Did you see that there's people that are usually dressing up as Amazon and FedEx drivers and now attacking houses?
No.
Yeah. So think about that.
Crazy.
Just let them put it on the porch.
I swear.
Just let them put it on the porch.
Put it on the porch.
Because now they're going to access your home. You're going to think they've left.
Wow.
They're going to go into your house. They're going to hide somewhere and wait.
I'm not in an area where people drive by and can see anything on my porch anyway.
Yeah. So
I've never been worried about that. But
I don't have a garage.
I think it's called MyQ. It's something like that. Like that's, I mean, I've sold a home in Stockton that was a selling feature for them, that they have like this program.
No, it's super cool.
It is kind of interesting. Anyway, that electronics, it's coming
physical media, virtual media. Figure out which ones you guys would like to have more. Me, I'm personally, physical media is what I want to have because I don't want to get changed. I want to have it. I want to own it. I want to have the ability to give it to my friends if they want to be able to use it. Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about books really quick. So you know that I was in college. I was taking classes in college. Yeah. No, I was a book salesman. That was real
you
books.
were a book salesman.
But in like just in the last couple of years when I went back to school.
Yeah.
And I like the hard copy of books. We have a library in our house. We have a huge bookshelf. I like the hard copy of books. So for the first year that I was going back to school, all my classes were online, but I could still order the hard copy of the book.
Yeah.
Then the next year it was like, no, they can only be electronic. And I thought that was weird, but still like I was downloading the PDF to my iBooks. It was still something that I could highlight and keep forever. The whole point is I want to keep it forever. When I remember something, I want to have it to be able to go back and reference, right? Then the following year, nope, you can't. Now, the only way that you can get books in college, and I know that all the college kids will attest to this, you pay as much for that electronic book as you would if you bought the actual 400, 500 pages.
Any of it.
No, and it only lasts for a certain period of time, and then you're disabled from it.
It's insane.
Isn't it crazy? So you're paying $400 or $500 for a book that you don't get the physical copy. you only get access to it, and it's not something that you can like. I liked downloading
and
it into my PDF
at any time.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's right. And I liked downloading it though, because I could put it in my iBooks and then I could search it, or like just a PDF. I could say, like if you're doing a
Control F.
study or something.
I love Control
you
F.
can look up all the words. Like, let me do a word study on this and where it's at in this book. You can't do that. So you have to go chapter by chapter. You have to do it on theirs. And I was like, man, I cannot believe that you can't. Now I was like, I'll pay for a physical copy. If I'm going to pay $400 to $500 for this,
people
nope.
that are selling them.
I could not
online.
find any of them. I
Really?
could not find a physical copy of those books. They were only electronic. So
that's crazy.
Definitely going that way. So hold on to your physical copies, but also your VHSs. Maybe convert those to digital, because soon you may not have a way to watch those. You may not be able to see your videos from before. Anyway, you guys, tell us what you think about everything going digital. Drop it in the comments. I remember when VCR, or I'm sorry, I remember when answering machines used to, first of all, they used to have a tape. Then they stopped having a tape and they were digital. And I thought that was, I mean, I like remember the day being like, oh my gosh, how does that work? To where now it's all just cloud voicemail. But so, I mean, it's been happening for a while. That was when I was 16. So the digital age has been coming for a long time. And now I think we're like really upon us. So drop it in the comments. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? And we will see you next week. The views and opinions expressed on Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Divine Properties, their affiliates, sponsors, advertisers, or any organizations discussed on this program. This podcast is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered legal, financial, tax, real estate, medical, or professional advice. While we strive to provide accurate information, we make no representations or warranties regarding its completeness or reliability. By listening to this podcast, you acknowledge that Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett, Kandi Thompson, Garrett Gray, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Divine Properties, their affiliates, guests, sponsors, advertisers, and all associated parties shall not be held liable for any actions, decisions, losses, damages, claims, or consequences arising from the use of or reliance upon any content presented in this podcast.